Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production of Gorecom, in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives about the kind of important news they've put out lately. With us today, happy to have him again because he's always putting out amazing stuff, especially in the cutting edge technology of live video commerce, NFTs, and Web3. It's Sam Jones. He's a co-founder and CEO of OOOOO Entertainment E-commerce, trades in Canada under OOOO. That's 4 O's. And for our friends in the US, same thing with an F, OOF. For those new to the story, here are the two things you need to know. First, the live video commerce side. So over the past 40 years, we've all known things like Home Shopping Network and QVC that made live commerce on TV a pretty familiar concept. Well, the next iteration of that is live video commerce. And to put that in perspective, a few months ago, a big influencer in China named Lipstick Brothers sold $1.7 billion of beauty products by live video commerce. Not in a year, not in a quarter, not in a month, not even a day, but in a 12-hour live show. The technology, this new paradigm has taken China by storm, with 300 billion approximately done in 2021 and about 425 billion going to be in 2022. That's about 12% of all their retail commerce, e-commerce, if you can believe that. Enter OOOOO Entertainment. What do? They provide the infrastructure, tech, and the people to power this kind of live stream economy through their app, which has 500,000, probably more than that by now, app installs globally. The likes of Nike, Lego, and L'Oreal have sold products to the app already. They've got a TikTok partnership where to help them establish production studios and content out of the UK, and even a great partnership, a white label partnership, QVC Italia, that reaches more than 25 million homes. They got even more milestones than that. But the other part of the business, which is great, fantastic, just launched, is Fanz.com with the Z. And they launched that with their billionaire partner, tech and real estate billionaire partner, Teddy Sagi. It's a Web3 NFT and a platform specifically for gaming, for football and soccer enthusiasts. Already amazing success with 2 big drops. One that's come from John
Motson.
That's it. Thank you, John Watson, who is like the John Madden of the NFL. Thanks for that. And coming up, we all know Maradona. The Dios NFT collection is coming out as well. The D10S NFT collection. So they're hitting it out of the park. Sam, talk to us on what's going on and show us what's happening with the company.
Well, I think you covered everything just then, but no, I'll give you a bit of an update. We've been extremely busy in the company. I think we've got two main things that we focus on. One is OOOOO, which is mobile video commerce, and the second piece is Fanz. So they're quite different, but in many ways they're connected. On the OOOOO side, we're obviously 2 years into this, from a technology build perspective, and we've built our back end, which is a merchant center, an operation center, and an iOS and an Android app. So it's quite heavy technology to build. And I think it really suits very large commerce companies that have an existing community, an existing business, and that's in the hands of some pretty large partners. And you just touched upon that. But I think something we've been building in the last sort of 3 or 4 months is something we call the creator tool. And the reason we've created this, if you look to China, they're the leaders in this new game of video commerce. A lot of the shows, including the one you talked about with Austin Lee, they're generating $1.7 billion of GMV in a single day. To put that into context, the beauty industry globally is 500 billion. The guy did 1.7 in a day. The reason these, 12 hours. Yeah. The reason these shows become so popular is largely because they're promoted in WeChat, and WeChat is in some ways similar to WhatsApp for China, with over 1 billion users. And in WeChat, they embed this technology called mini programs, and mini programs are almost like links, where you can be in a group of a few thousand people and someone can say, Austin's about to go live with some new products, and people can click on a link and go straight into the live show. Now, what kills most businesses in North America or anywhere else is the price of running an app, like the price of pulling people to your app. Now, the only winners in this game tend to be Google and Apple. you know, the price you have to spend in marketing and acquiring people into your app. So the Chinese have done something very, very smart, and that is that they're running live shows through the browser. So you can share a link with someone, a HTML5 link, and you can share it to people through email CRM. You can send it through a WhatsApp message. You can put it on social media, and you can say, come and join my live show. And if anyone clicks on the link, they go straight into a live shopping experience. And we were very interested in this because I think for some large partners, they want an app if they have existing user base. But for smaller companies, they don't have the time or the money for a tech build to build an app. And they probably don't have the patience and the spend for the marketing build to get people into a new app. So building new apps is boring for a lot of people. And it's a waste of money.
And so, for the user, sorry to interrupt, Sam, and even for the user, there comes a point when how many apps do I want to have on my phone?
Exactly
I can't
right.
have 80 apps, one for Twitter, one for Facebook, one for Nike. After a while, it's just, hey, I don't want this many apps on my phone anymore.
Exactly right. So we really looked at this thing. How does a small to mid-sized company embrace live commerce without having the frustration of building an app? Question one. That's question one. Question two is, most retailers are control freaks. They want to own the customer information so they can retarget, and they want to take the money. Who doesn't want to take the money? Now, if you do live commerce on TikTok or Instagram, they own the customer and they take the money. So TikTok are now doing live shopping, but they take your customer and the money. You're just making content on their platform. Not everyone wants that. Much as they're amazing platforms and this, that, and the other, they're glorified ad networks. So we asked the question, how do we build something like these new Chinese apps, which is browser-based video commerce, where the live show points back to the commerce site of Fanatics or Nike or Lego? So this is what we've built. We call this the creator tool. And I'm actually, at the end of this call, I'd love to pull you onto it. The creator tool is an app only for the creator. So imagine somebody in their home, they're a beauty influencer, they're a creator, they're an opinion leader in beauty products. They pick up our app, which is free. They click record, put their ring light on, and suddenly they're talking. Now, all they need—
it's like an app as a service at the end of the day.
It's just a free app. And all they do then is they click copy paste of any product under the sun, whether it's a lipstick, whether it's sneakers, it could even be an NFT. And they then share the link of the live show to the world.
Brilliant. So yeah, because I don't want to spend time in the technology. I want to sell George's, pink water bottles or whatever the case is. I don't want to spend time on building the technology, maintaining the technology. It's all in the app stores. That's all distraction for me taking the money.
It's not what you're good at. So you then share a link, which is and funnily enough, I'm sure you've never heard of this business, but this is exactly what OnlyFans do. OnlyFans take people from social. They take people from social media, huge followings, and they give people a link which takes people to the browser where they can then engage and do subscription models and pay for different stuff. We're doing the same for commerce. So the creator app means you can film yourself. Then you share a link to everyone under the sun that you know, and you say to them, join me in this live show now. Now, the other reason this is interesting is if you're—
and by the way, you're taking a much smaller, because I know if I'm in the Google App Store, George Com app, every sale I make is what, 30%? Some
Google tax. Yeah.
It's an outrageous number. Obviously, your app is going to get some a piece of the pie as well, but I can assume that's a lot lower than what Google and Apple are taking off of people.
I think more and more retailers, especially D2C retailers, they want to keep their GMV. They're sick and tired of paying out 2% here, 5% there. So I think our model in this instance will move more towards a license where we have a aligned incentive. So I share the link with people. And by the way, I could be sharing this link with people on anywhere in the world. And if they go into this through the browser, there's no app store restriction by country. You then watch the live show. Maybe someone's showing you how to apply makeup or cook something or a gym workout or learn about an NFT from a gallery event. As soon as someone clicks the product in the bottom left-hand corner, you get taken to the website that sells it. And the live show continues in the corner of the screen. So
uninterrupted.
Totally uninterrupted.
Live commerce happening, but the transactions happen over here and nothing gets interrupted. You're not leaving one for the other.
So the commerce store get new users. They've crowdsourced content creation to all these wonderful people who are experts and are trusted by their followers. And most of these influencers already have affiliate links where they get their commission system. So, and we let the commerce company take the money. We piggyback off their returns process. We don't want to do that. You know, I don't want to deal with customer service. Nope. We're good at providing the technology that makes this experience seamless. So from a consumer perspective, you get to watch someone interesting, and then you get to be led to a product where you can allow them to say to you, trust me, this is a great product. So you go straight, you can almost think of it as a video-based concierge service. And then you make the transaction, you've discovered something new, and everyone's happy. So,
and I think that's brilliant, because one of the biggest problems really good content people have, whether it's somebody wants a lipstick or a guy like me that wants to post on blog, there's just too much technology to get through. Even though we think technology is easy, they're just people just want to do what they do best, right?
Yeah.
And that's a big friction problem. That's a major pain point, as you know, you and I refer to that. And if you can fix that, which you have, man, then you just open up the world to fantastic people of great products, great services, whatever it is they have to sell, but they just didn't have the tech or the time or the money to invest to get up and running and maintain, because it involves a team, right? It involves consultants or full-time staff. Now it's the OOOOO app at the end of the day, and I'm done. I can just get straight to what I want to do.
So we've got this in testing. I'm actually going to give you a live test so you can tell me what you think.
Let me let you share your screen here. Hold on. Let me give you share screen here.
No, I'm going to do it from my phone to you. So I'll send you a link in a second, and you'll do it from your. I'll be recording it from my phone, but you'll get an idea of it very quickly. So
you'll send to me by email.
Yeah, or WhatsApp or whatever. Yeah, and you just open it. And you can do it on your desktop though.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it on my desktop and then share that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how do we make money from this little gadget? Well, we're trying to make it, number one, idiot proof. It's very important. And number two, seamless. So we're trying to take the consumer directly to someone's commerce website. So we're allowing companies right now to test this stuff. How we make money is most retailers are going to want the link to be branded in their name. So for example, Fanatics/123 for the live show link. So that's where we'll have a commercial partnership with whatever that retailer might be. So I think it's very interesting for us to have built this, because we're not an ad network. You know, Facebook is an ad network, whatever they call themselves, that's what they are. So whenever they look at something like commerce, they come at it from a place of being an ad network, and they try to say to a company, use our service, but if you want to reach more users, pay more money, because it's just a different form of an ad.
Yeah.
Whereas what we're saying is, let's arm the rebels.
Cornering you and putting you in a corner, you become so reliant on them, and then they're just taking everything.
Yeah, and we're saying, let's arm the rebels. Let's give people a tool to broadcast their opinions and link to any store. And we've actually kicked a lot of people out of the space. You know, we don't need apps. You're not doing the transaction on a TikTok. You're doing the transaction with the retailer. So it's actually a really tight closed loop. And so this has been a big focus for us. So we've got our heavy tech, which is our real app, you know, short video, live video, gamification, all this stuff. This is in the hands of some big partners, and you know they're doing a lot of great work with it. And then we've built this lighter tool, which you know is in some ways limitless.
What's the response, by the way, from people so far? Have you had any response, or is it too early? Because I'm assuming you've probably beta tested, soft tested with some friendlies to say, hey, George, what do you think of this? Or is this the first time anyone's seeing it?
I think, I mean, let's see what you say in a minute, but I think people, the response is kind of, you have this moment where you see it, where you're like, wow, this is so simple. And people usually react by going, you've got to market this really quick.
All right, let's see it. Let's see it.
Yeah,
So you want to send it to me by either WhatsApp link or email link here?
Yeah, I'm going to send you it right now. Do you want me to tell you about Fanz and then we jump into this, or
you tell me how you're the captain of the ship? You want to talk about Fanz first and then go to that?
Let me tell you about Fanz, because then we're going to jump onto into the app. So this is in summary for the OOOO stuff. This has been a big part of our kind of learning, if you like, in order to make something addressable to the masses. Let's make something web-based and cut the app out. And I think we got something special from a Fanz perspective. Just a reminder to everyone, Fanz is very focused on the global soccer opportunity. There's 3.5 billion people watch soccer, and we're trying to do essentially three things. Number one, we're trying to be a gateway to anyone in the soccer domain, whether you're a player, a team, a legend, a rights holder. How do we help you enter the NFT space? So whether that's,
we're on the screen right now, you could probably see that.
Yeah. So whether that's conceptualizing an NFT, meeting artists to express your brand, your club, your legacy, your founders, whatever it might be. Maybe you've got some archive footage as a club that you own. How do you bring that to life as an NFT? So really holding the hand of the soccer rights holder or team and helping them enter this new domain. And a big part, and you'll see here,
and more than just a concept, you guys are already right out of the gate.
Yeah, we've done a project with the most famous man in football commentary, a guy called John Motson, or Motti as he's called. 50 years with the BBC. He's spoken about some of the pretty much every. He's been at 10 World Cups, if you can imagine. So we did his 50 favorite games. We then launched something called Doodles, which is celebrating 100 of the biggest goals in history, captured as an artistic doodle, which is a very popular project. And then Buffon is an Italian goalkeeping legend. He's won the World Cup.
He is. I've seen that guy. He played until he was 40 years old in the World Cup. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, yes. So we've got so then on and on. Diego Maradona. We're just doing some. We're about to announce a true legend of one of England's greatest clubs. But I think we'll do around 50 plus drops in 2022. In individual drops, whether they be teams or players or rights holders. So this is kind of the base layer of what we're doing in Fanz.
And by the way, sorry, but when you say base layer, this, like, I follow the NFT world. There are a lot of people who want to do NFTs, but you've got John Motson, you've got Buffon, you've got Maradona. You're off. This is very credible. It's unbelievable. You're at the highest levels of soccer. You've got to be thrilled with how you've come out of the gate.
Yeah, I think I'm very, very pleased with a number of things. Firstly, that we've used a mixture and a diverse group of artists. And every project has to be different in my mind. It has to reflect the asset, and it has to try to challenge, making sure every project's unique is really important to me. So we're very excited by that. We've also got this game that you'll just see below called Fantasy Fives. Right. So this is basically a weekly game based on the Premier League, and we're very aware that mass adoption hasn't happened yet in NFTs. If you go into a soccer stadium in the UK, less than 1% of people in there will have an NFT, way less than 1%. So we're trying to build idiot-proof games that involve predicting, fantasy sport, where you can win NFTs. And we think this is a nice way to get people, I don't want to say hooked, but get people to actually win an NFT.
You want to get them introduced to the concept, right?
Yeah, and how most people don't have a crypto wallet with MetaMask or Rainbow or any of these things, but if they win an NFT, I think they'll probably get one. So I think this game is a chance for us to keep people engaged, reward people for returning to us on a weekly basis. So And
really smart, because those people who don't know the market now look at Fanz and say, okay, that's my trusted source for NFT and soccer. And you organically grow this very loyal, very dedicated base for years to come.
So exactly right. So Fanz at the base layer, you can see what we're building. I want to have 50 plus projects in the world of soccer by the end of this year, and I'm sure we'll get there. And the second piece to this project is I want to build NFTs called Fanz. So Fanz are going to be avatars of soccer fans. So George will have an avatar. I'll have an avatar. And once you own an avatar on our platform, this is going to allow you to wear digital merch. So I would always wear a Liverpool shirt, and I'll probably have 10 different versions of them over the years. Other friends of mine will have Manchester United shirts or Brazil shirts or Italian shirts. So the avatar is your chance to express who you are on our platform, what era you're from, who your favorite player was. But this is also important because I think clubs are looking for chances to get new revenue and digital merchandise. In the next 3 years, every brand under the sun is going to have a digital merchandise division. Gucci, Prada, Adidas, Nike, they already do. But all the others are going to learn that digital merchandise, how we live in this new world of Web3, is going to have huge value to brands. So the next few months for us are going to see us creating Fanz avatars who will be dressed as you support. But that will also be your digital twin as you enter games and as you enter the metaverse. So as I want to go and watch Liverpool play tonight in the metaverse, or I want to go and play a 3-dimensional arcade soccer game tonight, I will be in my kit. I'll proudly wear my kit as my digital twin. And this is where we're heading. So I think some people say, what's this got to do with video commerce? But once you have an avatar, you're existing in a new world, but you're still buying products and you're still using video to interact. So the two kind of cross over quite nicely. And even
by the way, for anyone watching who's saying, the metaverse, just the other day, Citi came out and said that they think the metaverse market will be between 10 and 13 trillion, couldn't believe it, 10 to 13 trillion dollars by 2030 with 5 billion users. So basically almost everybody's going to be in the metaverse by 2030. And you guys are starting from now, and I can't believe what you might grow into.
Yeah, I think it's very, very daunting, when you first step into this space. I've certainly found it very daunting because the opportunity is so vast, and it's also a moving target. Every 1 or 2 weeks the space moves, which is the pros and cons of being in something early. But because we've chosen a vertical of soccer, which is huge in itself, we can go deep in one area that I know because I am a fan myself. So I'm very grateful we've chosen probably the biggest tribe of all, soccer fans, but it allows us to explore it without sort of getting too far out of our comfort zone.
How are you guys getting the name out there, Sam? Like, how are you attracting John Motson and Buffon and the Diego Maradona's brand, because obviously he's passed away, but the people who manage his brand? How are you getting the word out? Is it safe to say that the soccer world has a pretty good idea? You get pretty good exposure in the soccer world globally.
We do. I mean, my background is I've had a soccer gaming business before. I also was a managing director at Wish, the commerce company. So we sponsored a lot of properties, including the Wish patch on the LA Lakers jersey. But we also made TV commercials with people like Neymar, Buffon, Bale, Pogba. So I put those deals together. I got to know these characters. So I've been in the sport world as a fan, but also as a business person for some years. So I know my way around. And I think as well, using things like Twitter, YouTube. We've done pieces in certain football and sport business publications talking about what we're doing. And I think once people see a high quality project like the Motson one was, they're curious to how could they apply that to their own assets. So a kind of mixture of my personal network and also just making some noise in the space through different media platforms.
Well, congratulations. And by the way, another thing I wanted to comment on, I want to say earlier was really elegant, beautiful design. Very, very important, you know, in the NFT world to have great design and and just top notch. You can just tell. So I've got very high hopes very high optimism that this is going to be a fantastic platform going forward. Just really successful.
Yeah, I mean, it's never enough to look at it and see, you know, I want to see 200 projects on here, but, you know, it's also important we get each one right, you know, because the great thing about the blockchain is whatever you put on it lasts forever. But that's also the worst part if you make a terrible project. So we have to make sure that we do each of these legends, players, teams justice, you know, and, you know, that the NFT and the design is worthy of their name, you know, because they spent decades building their name. We need to honor it properly. So, you know, it's going to, but as we build out our network of artists and developers, I think you'll see us make some big moves. So this is the Fanz project. And what one other thing I want to tell you, we've just started to move into the memorabilia space. Now, anyone in North America will know baseball cards, hockey cards,
Sure.
Basketball cards is big business, as are ticket stubs if signed by the right people. So we've started acquiring physical assets, such as Wayne Rooney's first ever game was against Fenerbahce for Manchester United. We have a signed ticket, 1 of 1, that was signed by him, and it's been graded, which has been independently graded and assessed and put on a ledger. So we're creating asset-backed soccer memorabilia NFTs. What that means is we list the NFT, but at any point, if you own that NFT, you can get the physical item, which we keep in a vault. So we're doing this for player cards, signed tickets. Average value, I'd say, is between $4,000 and $7,000 US, but we'll have some items, you know, from Pele's World Cups that will be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I think this is a nice, comfortable space for somebody to, if they want to invest into an asset, but they don't know if a particular ape or monkey or cat or whatever it might be is going to go to zero or not, to hold an NFT that's linked to a unique physical item that they can reclaim from a vault, I think is a bit more comforting, especially if it's a favorite player of yours.
Well, I got to tell you also, I've actually wanted to collect physical things in the past. And one of my biggest concerns has been outside of authenticity. The second one's always been, well, what if I collect this collector pen that was George Washington's desk? How do I secure it? How do I keep it somewhere that's A, safe from theft and damage and fire, and B, just from the elements? So that's why I probably shied away from it. So if I can buy an NFT that gives me the right to a very valuable physical real world product that you've got in a vault, that makes me 100 times more likely to now get active in the space. And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same.
It's a very, very sophisticated market these days, collectibles, especially if they're signed. We don't put anything on the chain unless it's verified, you know, by PSA or others. So when I say verified or graded, this means basically the signature is real, the card is real, and it's put in a little plastic box, which, you know, you have to smash it open to get to it. But once it's been graded, you know, it's on a ledger somewhere. So as soon as we have these 1 of 1s, we list them on the blockchain, and anyone can buy them, trade them. But if you want to turn it in, you send us the NFT, the NFT gets burnt or destroyed, and we send you the physical. So I think this is going to be very, very good. And it's just nice content to have on our marketplace. You know, that immediately could be 500 more items on here. You know, we've got things like Messi's first game for Barcelona, tickets signed from that game, signed by him, you know, which is a moment in time, you know,
Yep, it absolutely is.
To some people, that's like having a gold coin somewhere in Switzerland in a vault, you know. So I'm very excited about this memorabilia angle. I'm very excited about the avatars piece, and they're just loading up this was essentially a marketplace for football fans, and there's tons of other stuff coming in that space. But you know, I think for the next few months, you're going to just see that number of drops increase quite quickly.
Yeah, that's exciting, Sam. That's really, really exciting. Let's move on to what you want to show. So I'll shut down Fanz here, right?
Yeah, shut down Fanz. I'm going to send you a link. All you need to do, I want you to imagine you're a consumer and I'm sharing you a link, and I'm going to show you some products. Now, I could send this link to 10,000 people, but I'm actually going to invite you into a split screen, which means you and I are going to speak one-on-one. So all you need to do is click the link, enter George, and then click the icon that looks like a phone, and then we'll continue the conversation right there.
All right, Sam, we're now somewhere in the metaverse on this beautiful new feature that you've got. First time we've ever done this. Show us. Can't wait to see what we're gonna do.
So I want you to imagine something. I want you to imagine a creator in their bedroom who's a makeup enthusiast, or maybe a social media team for a soccer team or a basketball team, or maybe there's an NFT gallery in Miami and they're launching NFTs tonight. What we've created is an app which is free for any creator, anyone, and all they need to do is press go live in the app. There's only one button and it says go live. And as soon as you go live, it creates a live show. And then you copy and paste any link under the sun straight into this. Now, that allows me to say to you, have you seen the new Dallas Cowboys jersey, which I know is your favorite team? and I can sell you this. I can talk to you about the magic of the team, how great this player is, how he's changing the season. And if you click on that image, it will take you to Fanatics where you can make that purchase.
Should I do it right now?
Sure.
Will it show up on your end? Let's see. Yep, there it is.
So what is?
Are you seeing this? Are you seeing my screen right now?
I can see that you're shopping.
Okay, got it. But we continue doing our thing. Got it.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, so it's basically the ability to now I could create a live show with an amazing backdrop or whatever. Now I can see as well in the screen any comments. So if there was 500 people in here, there can be lots of people talking. But it's not just limited to products. I could also launch NFTs in here. Now, the NFT community is generally connecting through audio only on Twitter Spaces, and people are learning about projects. But you don't really, if you're selling artwork, which is a lot of what NFTs are, it's quite good to see the artist, see their surroundings, see their inspiration, and so on. How much does it cost? I think this is about.
I just wanted to show people the chat feature.
Yeah. So I think this is a $200,000 Bored Ape. So
hold on. Do you take credit card?
Yeah, we do. So this would link you straight through to Rarible. So we're just trying to give people a better platform to broadcast their opinions. And
this is fantastic. So you're the seller right now. I'm the only one on, but there could be 1,000 other people.
1,000 people
watch you right now, saying, "Hey guys, let me tell you about NFTs. Let me tell you about this specific Bored Ape." And and at any time while you're talking, we're shopping.
There's a maximum of 100 products you can install. So I could sit there with 100 pair of Nike shoes and just do one after the other. Bang, 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 bang. I could be doing it from a store. I could be doing it from a gallery, a beach, a mountain. I could have as many as 4 people on the screen with me. So we could be all talking about, Bored Apes. Maybe I'll get some real Bored
I'm
Apes.
in love with this already. I can tell you this right now. I'm in love with this already. I can see a bunch of the Bored Apes that I know right now who would do something like this and say, "Hey, let us take you through the 5 best apes we've got to sell all you guys and why. Here's this ape. Here are the features. Here's where we like it. This is OpenSea times 100, because on OpenSea I can just list it, or Rarible. Yeah. I just list it, and then I got to read about it and figure it out. But now Sam has a chance to really put his salesman cap on and give me the features and convince me why I should be making the buy.
And I think this industry needs a face. There's so many projects where you don't know who's behind them, you don't know if they're real, and they've actually got a great story. And not everyone in the space likes to show their face, but I've been to some incredible galleries, and
events where people are talking about what inspired them to create an NFT, or what the worthy cause is that benefits, or whatever it might be. But video is the language of the youth. And if you can be the bridge to a product and the story of the product, then that's great. And I think this is also a safe place for retailers and brands to become more open with the narrative, because it's pointing everyone back to their site. So they still have the control economically, but you're allowing other people to tell the story, rather than, in the 1980s, we had people selling vacuum cleaners on the sofa on TV. I'm not sure my kids want to watch stuff like that. Whereas this is
it's all going to happen like this.
Yeah.
And look, I might get a notification that Sam is coming on a Saturday morning while I'm sitting by my pool. It could be Wednesday night while I'm sitting around bored, nothing's happening. That's the great part. It's not a 9 to 5. It doesn't limit you or me. It's just, hey, I'm going to go live in an hour. Join me. And by the way, I should let everyone at home know that joining was ultra simple. You sent me a link. I clicked on it. I put in my username. I said, yes, I do want to join this, and that it's going to use my mic and my video camera. And here I am. It was that simple. There wasn't a lot of friction. There wasn't a complicated process. And you're just popping these links on. And I was just able to one click go and buy these things just like that.
Yeah, it's very easy for me to add another 10 products now and review things as we go. So it's very simple technology, but it cuts a lot of middlemen out, which I think is, innovation is basically to remove steps, and this removes a lot of steps.
So what is this called, and when does it get released, or what can you tell us about it?
Well, this is a product from OOOOO, which is our company, but we're trying to make it as a tool to help our partners. So we would be very comfortable if this was a tool branded as Nike, and Nike.com was sharing a link, and that was enabling them to get more sales.
Okay, so Sam, we're back from the metaverse essentially, right? Loved what I saw. So the big question I have now is, as we're talking, is I know you're testing. You've said that when we're on the other screen. Do you have an ETA or a sense of how long testing is going to take, and when you may be able to come to full market on the B2B side with this?
Yeah, I think we'll be marketing this, within the next month, as a platform for anyone with a commerce engine to use as an extension of their marketing activities through third-party creators or their own employees. So within the next month, we'll be marketing this. What
do you think the revenue model looks like? I know you talk about license. Are you able to talk about pricing, or is that something you want to keep the cards close to your chest for now?
No, I think in the spirit of the technology being simple, I think the pricing model needs to be simple as well. Because the tool is designed to push people back to your own commerce site. So I'm not sure everyone wants to give away a percentage of GMV. I think that model is potentially getting a bit tired. So we'll probably charge companies a monthly subscription fee to have this technology. And the monthly fee will increase depending on the number of shows you're putting through it, the number of users.
Right. Okay. I was going to say that because George selling, microphones is going to be a lot different from the Dallas Cowboys selling, merchandise or something like that. Only because you used Parsons early as an example. By the way, we're not telling anyone that you're talking to the Dallas Cowboys, but I would think that we would have two different pricing structures.
Yeah, I think a couple of things for us to think about in the pricing model is how do we make it super easy for people to get started, and then how do we, as companies scale, if they have hundreds or thousands of representatives, how can they use it? Some of that's about making it simple, but as it does scale and people are doing multiple shows, you think about a company like Avon, they've got thousands of representatives. They should be using technology like this to engage with all their followers. But how do we scale the model? I don't see training is hard, because the tool is idiot proof. But how do we scale it so we cover our streaming costs and so on? So we've got a bit of work to do on that front. But it's a simple tool. But I think we'll move. excuse me, I think we'll move away from charging people based on percentage of their GMV, and I think we'll charge on subscription fees.
I think usage is the fairest thing. And if I want to sell $10,000 cars or $5 little chargers, that's my business, and I don't want you maybe to have a percentage of that. But if I'm using it day and night and I've got 100,000 people on every single day, it obviously means it's helping my business. And so you've got to make sure that you're participating on that side. I think that's fair, because if I start off selling these mics and I only got 10 people on, I don't want to pay a king's ransom. But if I end up having 1,000 people per session selling these mics, then I'm more than happy to pay more, because you've helped me scale up. And I think everyone's happy with that arrangement at the end of the day.
I think the next challenging thing for us, or the fun thing to think about, is how we then aggregate all of the streams that have been created. And that takes us back to the OOOO technology, which is essentially a video marketplace. But how could we have this lighter creator tool for people to create content from anywhere in a self-sufficient, simple way? But then how do we aggregate that so you've then got this massive pool of content, and celebrating all these people with their version of how to use the product and helping you discover things you maybe you'd never seen before. So I think this is the second part to this. One is, how do you essentially crowdsource content and great product? And then number two, how do you aggregate it so you've got a new version of a shopping channel?
Well, you've got part one figured out. And most technology companies, Sam, you and I both know, that's the way they start. They solve a glaringly obvious problem, pain point, friction point. And then once they're successful at that, iteration part two, part three, part four just starts to come as naturally as the first one. So I got no doubt you guys are going to figure it out. But I'm going to end with this. It's incredibly impressive. And I don't have to say this, right? But I'm on the digital side. I understand everything that you're doing and what it takes to get there from a technology point of view, what it takes there from a market acceptance point of view. So on the OOOOO live video, you've got fantastic partnerships with, Italy and some big brands. And so that's unbelievable. On the Fanz side, you built fantastic technology, but you're commercializing there. Sam, you're one of the most impressive, and by the way, obviously I'm speaking to your team, but you're the tip of the spear here. You guys are doing unbelievable things, because it's one thing to conceptualize. It's one thing to build. That's part two. And then the hardest part is to execute, get people to actually believe, hey, GeorgeCom, pay me to be on this platform. It's useful. And you've done it now on three different, the amazing thing is live video commerce with OOOOO, Fanz, and then I'm not even sure, what are you going to call this product? Is there, we don't even know what the name is.
I don't think I think a big step for us was realizing it doesn't necessarily have to be in our name. If we can give a tool to a brand, it's a creator tool to serve brands. I think we don't need to necessarily take the glory. If this is pushing people to Lego or Nike or Sega or whatever, then and people can learn about great products through our technology, we're happy.
Well, I got to start learning. I got to start thinking of what's a great product I can sell to people, and maybe beyond
NFTs, Schiller TV.
Yeah. And well, look, Agoracom's going there. We'll talk about that another time, but we're definitely going there. Sam, congratulations. And maybe last word to you, because some people might be wondering about stock price. But look, just today we saw that Netflix, after being down 50%, 60%, got hit for another 35% drop. So are you concerned about what's going on with the stock, or do you have the same thought I have, which is we're in a risk-off environment right now. It happens every once in a while, the tech. And the most important thing is that you're just building a great company.
Well, firstly, we're in the UK. And, as you can see from the three things we've talked about today, we've been extremely busy building product and getting things tested and doing NFT drops and working with artists and so on. So we've probably not been to Canada. In fact, I know I've not been to Canada anywhere near enough to tell people what we're building, but I've been very focused on making sure we are actually building stuff and we're innovating. So I think we need to do a little bit more of what we're doing today, sharing some of our development and our feedback from clients that's allowed us to build stuff like this, which is the great thing about platforms like yours. And then I think we need to get out to North America and really tell people what we're building and what we've learned and where we see the future. And I believe that the share price will take care of itself. I mean, we're not looking to raise money at these levels, but I do believe if we continue to build the sort of stuff we're building, there is a massive shift in the way commerce companies are communicating with their customers and using creators. And I think we can be at the heart of that. And on the fan side, I think the opportunity is so big, but I'm nervous, frankly, to leave our development space because I think you'll miss the opportunity. So I'm very committed to building stuff and building a business. And just as soon as we're a bit further down the road, we'll go and tell the world about it. And I just want to make sure we're out in front.
Well, you guys are, Sam, I can tell you, because I follow this entire space, and you guys are definitely there. A lot of pretenders, a lot of people are talking the talk, trying to use buzzwords, but very few are actually delivering. In fact, in the NFT world, you and I both know that's a real problem right now. 90% of NFT projects have just collapsed to zero because they were, George Buck's NFT that ended up being useless, and we had the 5% survivors. But that's kind of like what happened to the .com crash. Everybody had a .com, valuation went crazy until we figured out only 5% of the companies actually doing something real, and you guys doing something real. And that's what we ultimately look for, because the next phase is just going to be, to me, just like in Web 2.0, the next phase of this is going to be a long, lengthy, and bigger market than we've ever seen. So can't wait to see what you guys have next, Sam. Can't wait to have you back on, my friend.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
For everybody at home, you've been watching or you've been listening by podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, or your favorite podcast platform, to Sam Jones. He's the CEO of OOOOO Entertainment Commerce, trades in Canada under the stock symbol OOOOO. That's 4 O's. And for our friends in the US, OOOOF as in Frank. And now you know why we call the company OOOOO, because, man, when you see the products, you see the tech, and you see the slick interface and how intuitive it is, you can't help but say, ooh. So do your due diligence. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. Hey guys, the video's over, but don't forget to help your company by liking it and even leaving a comment below. And then don't forget to help yourself by subscribing to our YouTube channel so you never miss another great Agoracom small cap video.